Well, I mean, I loved our effort, our intentions, how we guarded the first half. It was excellent. You know, we didn't play the best offense in the first half, but the defense was really good and kept us in the game and gave us an advantage that we had going into the half. And then, you know, we maintained that the first 5 minutes. I thought was excellent. You know, just the way we came out of the locker room, and we talked about that after Stanford just not playing well to start the second half, and the guys responded very well to you know, to get a big margin that we were able to get. And it takes a lot of energy out of a team that's making a comeback. Thought our defense wasn't as great, you know, down the stretch, but you know, I think our offense didn't help either. Against their 1-3-1, they did a pretty good job with that defense, and but overall, I loved that multiple guys, you know, did some really nice things down the stretch. Zylan's tip dunks, Zylan's, you know, moving the post and dunk on the baseline with 1 second on the shot clock, and to be able to use that much clock and then score was a huge play in the game. Rob's free throws after Kamani got cleaned out on the catch, to be able for Lou and Remy to secure that loose ball, which was bouncing around after Kamani got cleaned out, and then for Rob to step up to the line and make both in that spot was to keep the margin where it was. It was a good feeling.
Was this illustrative of, you know, you guys demonstrating that you could grind out a game with the defensive end and the way that they tend to play in just fewer possessions?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about that. You knew that they were going to drag you through possessions, and if they did, they're a sneaky good team in transition if they have numbers, and otherwise you're going to have to guard, you know, Oregon State, you know, through 20-25 seconds of defense. And we talked about, you know, late shot clock defense as being very important.
Probably how important is Cherry being able to shoot like that and give you kind of a second shooter from outside when other guys aren't making the three for you? Yeah, I mean, we got double-figure threes. I think Tay had 3 or
4 out of 5.
4, you had 4, okay. And then, so yeah, our numbers were good at 40% overall, and Tay had great practices coming into this game, and you know, he was very locked in, and you know, he did some other good things well. He came in the game right away and got a few rebounds, a few defensive rebounds, and so yeah, a game like this I think could be, you know, a boost to his confidence moving forward.
15 of the 25 field goals were assisted. How do you feel about the team's ball movement?
I'm sorry?
How do you feel about the team's ball movement?
Yeah, I think that we did a pretty good job of that, and you know, I think we've still over dribbled a few times, you know, in some spots, but you know, so we got to continue to clean that up. But yeah, I thought we did pretty well until the 1-3-1. We were kind of standing with the ball and not really trying to get into a gap and draw help and find the open man, and you know, hopefully we'll do better against that type of defense next time we see it.
Free throw line wins that a good team comes up with, a game that can be ugly at times, and you have to have guys diving on the floor, make free throws late, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're not like last year how we're built to just, you know, drain threes everywhere and run up and down and at times be capable of blowing teams out, and we got to grind it out some on defense like we did, just to hold the team like that to 22 points, you know, through like 25 or 26 minutes was a real accomplishment. And the guys answered the bell to what we were talking about, preparing for this game, and then we won the rebounding battle. That was something we talked about at halftime. I think we were -2 on the backboard. We wanted to rebound a little better in the second half, so I'm glad to see that too.
Free throws really seem to be like a team epidemic. How are they keeping their confidence up even when they're missing so much right now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's hard to gauge that stuff. I think, you know, at times we've shown we're really capable of making them. We haven't done it the last 2 games for sure, and you know, those percentages got to go up.
Probably after late Stanford shoot, I think 53%. How physical, how intense with the defensive side of the practice the last few days?
I mean, that was it was kind of the mindset of you know, playing together and playing with great energy, and if you allow Oregon State to kind of play their speed, but not make them a little uncomfortable. I think our ball pressure from Lou and Remy and Zylan, you know, was very good to just, not let them feel like they could get in a rhythm on offense. And then even when they might have had open shots, I think we were flying all over the court, especially in the first half, and some of those shots weren't falling for them. And that's got to be a part of who we are.
It also seemed like they really didn't have an answer for how you were defending the ball screens with kind of the hard hedges and Romello chasing back.
Yeah.
Must have been part of the game plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we do, and we wanted to stick to what we practice and not get out of character. So Romello's been way better at that. He's worked on it, and he's improved so much from when he first started here in that regard.
This is the first time in the past couple of games you've gone with the same starting lineup. What have you seen from this 5-man unit, and can we expect to see it going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little overblown. The starting unit thing. It's the guys, the 8 guys that have been playing. You're going to see them a lot, on the floor. And Remy and Lou, when they went out of the lineup, it was more of a, hey, let's learn from that game and let's have the right response. But I'm not putting too much emphasis on it. I mean, Kamani did some nice things. I wish he would have had more minutes in the first half. He picked up 2 fouls, so I had to be real careful with him. But he had a couple of nice moves just off the ball, moving well with off the ball, and got a couple of shots in the paint. And so yeah, I mean, the lineup is whoever gets their name called is going to start, but the guys that have been playing in the rotation will all be ready to play.
Oregon State was 7 out of 15 from 3-point in the second half. Did you feel a lot of the shots were contested, or they were more open than you wanted them to be?
Some of them were, and we let them get a little bit of confidence. As our offense was slightly dysfunctional for a while and not productive enough, and we turned it over a few times. So we were hurting ourselves, and sometimes that affects your energy level down into the floor. But I don't know if we could have hoped that they would continue to shoot, like they shot in the first half. Guys, when you have a guy that's averaging 20 like Tinkle is, and the Thompsons that, are really good players that have played for a few years now. I mean, they're gonna have their moments when they make plays. And I talked about coming in that Oregon State is a very good team. They were undefeated coming in here, and they beat good teams, and even in the non-conference, their losses, they haven't lost by more than 6 points. So they've been a very good team that's been in all of their games this year.
I mean, coaches hate the term must-win games, but given where you started in the conference, how important was this win?
Yeah, I mean, it's like at home, you have to win. That's just how it goes in the league. It's you got to take care of business here, and we dropped one already, so you definitely don't want to start the week with putting even more pressure on yourself for Saturday's game. So this gives us an opportunity to to play a team now on Saturday that's won 2 in a row and have really good talent and very well coached, and so it's an exciting opportunity on Saturday.
Rob seems to be one of those guys that relishes pressure. Two free throws at the end. Kind of like the Kansas game.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a guy that I trust, and he just tells me I'm going to make the foul shots, and he's done that. He did that at the Kansas, and he did it again tonight. So it's nice when you guys have that level of confidence.
Coach, at the under-8 timeout, Romello had 4 fouls, Lake, Z, and Rob all had 3. What impact do you think that had, maybe from their standpoint and your standpoint on going into the season?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to take Mello out. He was a real presence tonight, and he scored. He got some offensive rebounds, and just his ball screen deep, everything he did. He had a really good night. So you hate to have to take him out, but otherwise, yeah, that was the main foul issue, really.
Got good.